Happy Friday the 13th and happy Dark Romance Reading Readathon? Reading vlog thing. Oh my god, words. It's... oh good. It's 8:15 on a Friday morning and I'm about to start remote teaching in, god, 45 minutes. And I'm dressed very casually because we've had a dinosaur theme all week. So today was dressed like a dinosaur. Now I can't dress like a dinosaur, but I do have a Jurassic Park t-shirt. So that's what we're going with. I'm going to put on some very basic makeup and I thought I would just pop you on while I'm doing this. And then a little bit later on, I'll share my TBR with you and do my normal reading vlog things. Anyway, you're in a really awkward spot in the bathroom. So I don't know how this is going to turn out because I don't really have anywhere to sit the camera. I was gonna say I possibly have better lighting here, but really I don't. It's just really blue, but you know, this is the extent of my makeup. It is not very much at all. The lipstick is MAC's Stay Curious, which is one of their Powder Kiss lipsticks, and I've just been rotating through MAC lipsticks at the moment because I'm at home and they don't rub off on masks because I'm not wearing a mask while I'm in my apartment. So now I'm gonna get ready for the rest of the day and move things around so that my laundry and bits and pieces do not get caught in the webcam footage. And yeah, my student teacher's teaching today. It's her last day, so I'm just going to be support for most of the lessons, but I do have meetings on the hour, every hour until 3:30. So it's going to be a long Friday. Okay, so I've got the two laptops running this morning and just trying to work and catch up on things. And it's my student teacher's last day. I can't remember if I said that earlier. So she's got all of the classes today. I'm just supervising. So while she's running meetings and I'm just sitting there on mute, I'm trying to get as much work done as I can so I don't have to do it on the weekend. But I thought I would really quickly share with you my plans for my TBR for the weekend. So it is the Dark Romance Weekend Readathon. Yeah, I'm really excited. So the first book that I'm going to read tonight is First Comes Blood by Lilith Vincent, which is the pen name of Brianna Hale. And oh my gosh, more emails, more meetings. Ugh. I've got meetings all day. I said I had them on the hour, every hour. Now I've got some on the half hour as well. I'm going to read First Comes Blood because, as the host said, this one ticks off all of the prompts, so that will get everything done out of the way first. Then I'm hoping to read Run Posy Run and buddy read that with Tamika. I've also got Sell My Soul by Jade West, which is on KU. And I've heard mixed things about it, but I want to just see what I think. And then also, hopefully, read The Bastard's Betrayal by Katie Robert, which was an early release copy that I got through her Patreon. And it's sort of the second generation of one of her Mafia series, which I've read the first book, but I haven't read the others. But it's not like I don't read things out of order anyway. If I finish those, because, you know, lockdown, I'm hoping I might read Twisted Games, which is the follow-up to Twisted Hearts. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember the name of things? Anyway, this one is a bodyguard royal romance, so I'm very excited about that. So that's sort of what's on my radar past the first 3 or 4 books. I'll update you tonight with what I get to. So I was so optimistic at the start of today, and to be perfectly honest, it went to hell in a handbasket at 3 p.m. And sometimes I really don't like being a teacher, especially in remote learning, when people decide to change the parameters of what you do right at the end of the working day and you're scrambling to try and fix or re-salvage all of the work that you put into planning for the next week because someone has completely changed what your job requirement is. So I am not enjoying my job at the moment, but it is 7 and I am going to read the first part of First Comes Blood before we start watching Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and then I'm going to keep reading First Comes Blood after that. But I did book in my first COVID vax. It's for the first week in September, which is, you know, a couple of weeks away, but there's a whole thing here in Australia around availability of vaccines and who's eligible and whatnot, and I'm determined to get Pfizer just because of my situation, so I've just got to wait. But I'm happy. It's like a weight off my shoulders that I'm booked in. So I'm definitely getting it. But now, let's start reading. Okay, so I just finished First Comes Blood and I don't even know where to start with content warnings for this book. Basically, there's a content warning for everything. It is a dark romance. Obviously, it's the Dark Romance Readathon. It's a mafia romance, reverse harem, very, very dark. I'm very much a light dark romance reader, so this was interesting for me. Really well written and really compelling. Like, the whole time I'm sitting here going, this is wrong, and then still turning pages. So there's that. It's the story of Kiara, who's 17 and the daughter of the mayor of the town, and he's a very bad man. And on her 17th birthday, he invites 4 of the town's or the city's most notorious criminals to her birthday party and tells her that at the end of the night she's going to be engaged to one of them for the year, and then a week after her 18th birthday she'll be married to that person. Now, these 4 guys all have something in common that connects them, and they're all friends at the start of the book. And then of course the night ends quite tragically. Main content warning for death of a parent. Very violent, very bloody, not quite what you expect. Then you sort of get the year in between her 17th and her 18th birthday, and then the, main crux of the book really takes place on, or starts taking place on the day of her wedding. I enjoyed it, but it's definitely not the kind of dark romance I would naturally gravitate towards. But look, it does cover off on all of the prompts that they had for the Dark Romance Readathon, so it's read, and I have other books that I'm going to be reading, and we'll compare and see how I go with those. I will be reading the second one because it ends on a cliffhanger. That's just not fair. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Sorry if you can hear the bathroom fan on in the background, but I've just been for a walk and had a shower, so I'm starting my Saturday. I have to do a bit of filming today, but it's going to be a StreamYard pre-recording of a tier ranking video. I'm waiting for a couple of packages to arrive today, and then I'm going to go for a socially distanced walk with a friend this afternoon, hopefully once all my packages arrive, so that will be exciting. But yeah, it's nice and sunny outside. It's a really, really nice day, and I want to kind of get a couple of things done and then maybe tackle some of the work to-do list. I think I figured out how to do the tier ranking and recording, and I've just downloaded the video. It's like a miracle, but I got it to work, so that's good. So now I can upload this. I'm not going to worry too much about editing it. I didn't make too many stuff ups and it's fine. So yes, that's a wrap on my official Side Changeling videos for now, so yay! My chocolate delivery arrived. Most of you remember last year in lockdown I did the Yarra Valley Chocolatieri and Ice Creamery Hot Chocolate Festival, and they've done it a little bit differently this year. You can only sort of order the hot chocolates week by week. So I put in an order for week 2. So I got 2 of these Ladybug Fortune hot chocolates, which I can't remember exactly what they were. I did remember that I found the dark chocolate ones less super sweet, which makes sense, and I think I tried to buy some of those. There's also this snow honey one, and also a frogs in a pond one. Because I was spending all the money on having it, sent to me, I got the assorted Milk Lovers chocolates, and also a triple choc brownie mint madness DIY baking kit. Hi everyone, it's nearly 5 o'clock on Saturday, and I have been for a massive walk with one of my friends. We did about 5k, actually no, we did about 6k. So it was a lovely walk, and we vented and talked and brainstormed ideas for teaching and things like that. She teaches in the senior school, so the opposite end of the school to me. And then when I came back, I finished Sell Your Soul by Jade West, which, okay, was a book that happened. I don't even know where to start with the content warnings in this one either. And this one was definitely possibly more outside my wheelhouse than First Comes Blood as well. Could just call me dark romance light person, because that's what I need, and that's what I'll be reading next to give myself a break from these. But yes, this one was about Paige, who is a college student, and her older sister is in some financial trouble because she's doing drugs and dealing and whatnot, and is not in a good place. And Paige desperately wants to help her out because her sister keeps asking her for money. Rumor on campus is that there is an organization in town that women can sign up for 60 days, earn a ton of cash, and the trade-off is that they submit to do anything. And this is all part of an online sex club where people bid on girls and bid on what happens to them in those 60 days. And at the end of the 60 days, they walk away with the girls walk away with all the money. And so Paige is seriously considering this because she needs to make a lot of money really fast in order to help her sister. And so we get POVs from both Paige and Brandon, who is the guy that runs the company, and he is an interesting character. I would imagine that he would be classified as a sadist, just from what I was reading. His business is also coming under scrutiny, with one of his previously silent investors now taking a vested interest in things that are going on because things are getting complicated. I definitely didn't like Brandon, and Paige did some stuff. I'm like, dude, you know that this was a really stupid thing to do. So yeah, and it also ended on a cliffhanger, so you don't even get to Paige doing her 60 days. It hasn't even, I think at the end of the book, it's only just started. So I don't know if I'm going to continue this one, to be perfectly honest. I don't think it's in my wheelhouse. In a minute, I might read Twisted Games. That's come out, and that's a bodyguard royal romance sort of thing. I think it probably falls into the dark romance light category, so I think I can get away with it. I need to read something different. So I made one of the hot chocolates. This was the snow honey one, so it had honeycomb infused chocolate and just more milk chocolate, and also a cognac chocolate spoon. It's all been melted in there, and I've already eaten the marshmallow because of course I have. Okay, so it's midnight and I need to go to bed and get some sleep, but I am just over 60% of the way into Twisted Games, and it's, you know, it's very light dark romance. It's more just a very possessive alpha hero who I absolutely adore. So if you haven't read the first book, it's well worth reading that beforehand, because you get hints at the two main characters in this book. And in fact, this book does take place parallel with some of the events in the first book, which you read about in the first book, and now you get it from the perspective of these characters. So Bridget is a princess of Eldora. She's attending school in the States, and her regular bodyguard is returning back home because his wife is having a baby, and so she gets a new bodyguard named Reese, and he's a former Navy SEAL, and he is very, very grumpy, and he's very concerned with her safety, and where she's previously had a whole lot of freedom, he is in place to make sure that, you know, she stays safe. So he starts restricting a lot of things, and there's a lot of really cool things happen before she graduates from university, and eventually she has to go home because things happen. It's great. I love this kind of romance where you just have these two characters who seem like polar opposites who are coming together, and once Reese's leash snaps, it snaps. Although now I'm really stressed about what's going to happen in the third act, so I'm going to bed now before I get any further, because otherwise I will not be going to bed until it's finished, and I need to get up in the morning so I can do my boxing class and a Pilates class and get a bit of work done, and then hopefully read this. Happy Sunday. It's just after 11, it's 11:15. I've done boxing, I've done Pilates, I've been to work to grab resources for the week. I have been across to one of the supermarkets to get some fresh fruit and veggies, and I've just made myself a green smoothie because I feel really rubbish today. So I've got to schedule the kids' work for tomorrow, and then I'm going to tidy up a little bit, and then I'm going to finish reading Twisted Games. I am about to start cleaning the kitchen, but before I did, I just wanted to start marinating some chicken thighs for dinner tonight. It's just lemon juice, olive oil, and some herbs and spices, and I'm going to put that in the fridge and cook it up a little bit later. All those lemons have been juiced. I'll turn them into ice cubes, which are fabulous for storing lemons, but also for throwing into something like a gin and tonic, which is mostly how I use them. And the other project was tidying up inside my little crockery cupboard, which mostly I just wanted to tidy up all of these lids and bits and pieces because they were everywhere. I don't know if I updated you when I finished Twisted Games. I finished it, I was sitting outside and read it while it's been very nice outside. I've avoided going outside today because it's like we get nice weather and everyone forgets that we're supposed to be in lockdown and they spend forever. I really enjoyed Twisted Games. I am not 100% certain whether I preferred that to Twisted Love. So I'm 4 and a bit chapters into Run Posy Run and I'm really enjoying it so far. The main character Posy gets back to the place that she's staying with her boyfriend Dario, who is a money man for the mafia, and she's basically dragged into his office because he's been sent a sex tape of her. She tells him that it's years old, that was one of her boyfriends when she was 18, but he doesn't believe her because the timestamp on the video has been changed. Anyway, he kicks her out, and as his driver drops her off with all of her belongings, he warns her that she needs to get out of town because the head of this mafia group is not going to let her live because she's a loose end because of something to do with her family. So she goes on the run. But what we find out is that she is very good at strategy. And we find this out from the perspective of Dario, her boyfriend, because that's what he appreciated about her. He thinks she's emotional and he thinks that she's relatively weak. But what he goes on and on about is how much he liked playing games with her, chess and strategy games. So we know that she's really competent. And I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. All right, so I'm gonna make the Ladybug Fortune hot chocolate. This is a dark chocolate hot chocolate. This is what you get in a kit. So there is the dark chocolate melts, the marshmallow, the extra hot chocolate shot, and then this that you throw into the top of your, oh God, it's not gonna focus, is it? You throw that onto the top of your hot chocolate. Here goes nothing. And it's gone. I need to get a spoon. So it's pretty much like drinking liquid chocolate. There is that much chocolate in it, but it's really tasty. All right, so I finished Run Posy Run. I loved it. I think it might be my favorite book that I've read so far. That kind of surprises me because I was really hesitant going into reading it. I don't know, I just thought that maybe it would probably be along the lines of the first 2 books that I read, but it really wasn't. It was, yeah, really good. This one reminded me sort of like Twisted Love and Heart of Obsidian, just with the fact that it's a morality chain with the hero who is basically a sociopath, but he would burn down the world for his heroine. I kind of liked it, even though he was kidnapping her and basically being an ass most of the time, but he was kind of endearing at the same time, which is really weird to say. I also really liked sort of the political maneuvering that was happening between all of the mafia characters in this story, but it was very violent. But he does kidnap the heroine after, you know, he makes the mistake of telling her to leave at the start of the book, so he spends the rest of the book trying to make it up to her in his own weird way. Now that I've finished that, had my hot chocolate, had a bit of a reading break, I've just started The Bastard's Betrayal by Katie Robert, which is the newest book in her spin-off series, and it is about the daughter of characters from the, I forget, the O'Malley series? No, it's not the O'Malley series. I've read the first book in that series, and this is one of the daughters, and she has been seeing a commoner, so someone not in the life, and at the very beginning of the book she thinks her parents have found out and are about to tell her to call it off, but when she goes in to see them they tell her that she's been sleeping with a member of a rival mafia, Italian mafia group, and things go sideways. She shoots him and then he turns up on her wedding day and kidnaps her. So today is apparently the day for kidnappings. Good morning, happy Monday. It's like 8:45, so I've got to be on with the kids soon. And I've woken up with the worst freaking headache. So I'm hoping that the Nurofen I've just taken will kick in, because it will not be very fun spending today on a computer screen all day if this headache gets worse. Fingers crossed. And yes, later on today I'll finish The Bastard's Betrayal, and then I have a Christina C. Jones book that I want to read as well, and that'll probably wrap up this vlog. And then I've got to get this video edited for tomorrow. So we'll see how today goes, and hopefully it will not be derailed by my brain deciding that it wants to annoy me. That would be nice. So today sucked. Our lockdown has been extended until at least September the 3rd, and now we have curfew because people couldn't stay at home on the weekend while it was sunny. They had to go out and not wear masks. Thanks guys. not helpful. Hi guys, it's now Tuesday night, so the readathon officially ended last night, and I didn't update you because I was in no state to talk to anyone. So I'm going to do my wrap up. I got a bit of book mail today, so I'll show you that, and then I'll give you the stats for this readathon, and then I've got to edit and upload all of this footage in 4.5 hours. Wish me luck. So the first thing that I finished yesterday was The Bastard's Betrayal by Katie Robert, which is the next book in the spin-off Mafia series that she's doing with all of the children from her previous Mafia books. I enjoyed this one. I did not know all of the characters, and in fact I found out that the parents of the heroine in this book were from a book that I haven't read in that series, so that was fine. I could read it easily enough. It was pretty self-explanatory who everyone was. So this one was about Rose, who is the heir to the Romanov family, and she is dating this guy who is normal, and she knows that when her parents find out, they won't want her dating him. However, it turns out he belongs to another rival family from the other coast, and her parents are not thrilled when they find that out, and neither is Rose, and she shoots him. And then he kidnaps her on her wedding day when she organizes a political arrangement, political marriage thing with the head of another family. And basically he kidnaps her to show that he loves her. And then things get very complicated. And you know what? It was fun. Dante, the hero, is very much devoted to Rose. He basically gives up everything in order to prove to her that he is in love with her and he wants her for who she is. And that was great. The last thing that I read was Maybe Next Time by Christina C. Jones. I think this is the first book in, is it the Vegas Nights series? Maybe. And this is a second chance romance between a couple who are married. So you have Kensa, who is serving her husband divorce papers twice because he tears up the first lot. He doesn't believe that she truly means to go through with the divorce. And we find out that something has been very wrong in their relationship for a long time. There are content warnings in this book for miscarriage, and all of their issues stem from the fact that as a result of the miscarriage, which happens off page, their ability to communicate with one another what they need and what they want from the other person is severely compromised. So this has caused a huge strain on their marriage. And in order to prove that he is in love with her and that she is still in love with him, Denver, Kensa's husband, kidnaps her and takes her on holiday. And basically has decided he's not letting her, they're not going back until she realizes that she's still in love with him. So the two of them have to sort out their issues, which I did really like this book. It's only very short. I think it's less than 100 pages. And Christina C. Jones is an excellent writer. So I was very pleased that I read that. All right, onto the book mail. So these are pretty much all of the books that I ordered as part of my BookTube birthday celebration. So I got my physical copy of Hotter Than Ever by Elle Kennedy. This is a polyamorous relationship between a woman whose fiance stands her up at the altar, and it's his brother who takes pity on her and takes her away from the wedding so she doesn't have to deal with the fallout from that. And he lives with his best friend slash roommate slash something else, and the three of them end up in a relationship. My copy of Exposed by Kristen Callahan came. This is the fourth book in the VIP series. And then my copies of Twisted Love and Twisted Games by Anna Huang arrived, and I'm very excited that these are here. I'm going to sort out the stats for this weekend vlog, and then I'm going to share them with you and wrap up the video. Okay, that took longer than expected because I kept getting distracted, but I have my stats. So I read a total of 6 things for this readathon, a total of 1,631 pages, and I've now read 316 books for the year, so that's not bad. In order of least favorite to my favorite thing that I read this weekend, Sell Your Soul by Jade West was my least favorite thing and something I'm not interested in continuing the series despite the fact that it left off on a cliffhanger. Then after that was First Comes Blood by Lilith Vincent, which I will possibly continue the series. I'm going to wait and see what I think closer to the release date, which is September, I think, maybe. Then was The Bastard's Betrayal by Katie Robert, Maybe Next Time by Christina C. Jones, Twisted Games by Anna Huang, and Run, Posey, Run by Kate C. Wells, which I loved. That's the one that I haven't been able to stop thinking about since I read it, so I really enjoyed that. That is my Dark Romance Weekend Readathon vlog. I'm sorry it was so haphazard. I'm sorry that I am 100% a mess, but reality. So yes, I am actually probably not going to read tonight, to be honest. I am exhausted and I need to edit this vlog, and I also just need to let my brain fade massively and deal with tomorrow. I'm going to call this vlog quits. Thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck this whole way through, amazing. In the comments, let me know if you participated in the readathon and what you read, or something else that you read this weekend that you really enjoyed. If you want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, just leave me any kind of running emoji. I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.